This is a video for Tvwo. It's about chapter 9, solving equations. In this video I will explain paragraph 9.4, power equations. We will discuss 4 things. First I will explain that there are 4 different types of power equations. Then it's the case if it has 2 solutions or 1 solution, and I will explain how you can see the difference. Then I will explain something on your calculator. It's a thing that you need to know how to calculate these power equations. And I'm going to show you 2 examples. Basically, there are 4 different types of power formulas. This is the basic formula. Y is x by the power of n, where n is the exponent. It can be any number, but not 1, because it's 1, it's only an x. It cannot be 2, because when it's x by the power of 2, then it's of course a quadratic formula, so it has to be 3 or higher than 3. Okay, the first type and the second type. This one looks like this. Y is x by the power of 4, or 6, or 8, or 10, or 12. It has to be an even number. And then this one is y is minus x by the power of 4. It's the same, so it has to be an even number. But the number in front of the x needs to be negative. So a negative, in this case, -1, or -2, or -3, or whatever. It has to be a negative number. And the exponent needs to be an even number as well. Okay, so negative number here, and there's a positive number here, and that's the difference between this or this. Okay, more types. Now it becomes interesting. You can already guess this is about even numbers. The exponent is even, and here the exponent is odd. Okay, so you will have x by the power of 3, or 5, or 7, or 9. So this is odd. And a positive number here, it goes up. This one goes down, so it's y is a negative number, x by the power of 3 or 5 or 7 or whatever. It has to be odd. Okay. 2 solutions or 1 solution. Well, before I start with that, I have to explain that a power equation means that the power is the variable. So this is a power formula. And n is a number, and then x is the variable. So when the base number is the variable, so the letter, then you can talk about the power equation. And this can be any number, just a number, no letter attached, and then it's a horizontal line. Do you remember? When it's only a number, it doesn't have a letter, that means there's no gradient, so the line doesn't go up, it doesn't go out, down, it's just a horizontal line. And they intersect each other. So you have that power formula, and then you have a horizontal line, all in one graph, and they intersect each other. And sometimes they intersect each other 2 times, so you have 2 solutions, and sometimes they intersect each other 1 time, and then you have 1 solution. So I have 2 examples here. X by the power of 3 is 8, and x by the power of 4 is 16. Let me make a sketch. The number in front of the x is positive, and this is odd, so it will go up, and it looks like this. This is just a number, so it's a straight line at the height of 8. Approximately, it's a sketch. So here, it intersects each other 1 time. So therefore, you only have 1 solution. This one, this is an even number, so the exponent is even. This is positive, so probably looks like this. And the number 16 is a horizontal line at the height of 16, and it has 2 intersection points, so therefore 2 solutions. You don't need to make your own sketches, but you have to calculate them. I will explain that later. You can talk about solutions, or you can talk about intersection points. When you talk about graphs, you talk about intersection points, and when you only see the formula, then you say it's a solution or solutions. Now, let's have a look at this. X has to be a number, if I solve it, and it has to be times itself, and times itself again, because it's 3. So I know the answer, it's 2. X is 2 because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 again is 8. So X is 2. You remember quadratic formulas that you also had the other answer, or X is minus 2. Remember that we did that? Or X is minus 2. Why is it not minus 2? Because if I fill in minus 2, it will be minus 2 times minus 2. Well, that's positive again, but times minus 2 again will be negative. And it's not minus 8. No, it's 8. So you can only have one solution. Now, if I look at this one, the answer is also 2. X is 2. And I will fill it in. 2 times 2 is 4. Times 2 again is 8. Times 2 again is 16. So you do it 4 times. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And I can also fill in, or X is minus 2. Why? Because if I do minus times minus, it becomes plus. Times minus again will be negative. Times minus again will be positive. So when it's an even number, you will always have two solutions. And when this exponent is an odd number, you will always have one solution. That's always the case. We are going to solve this by using the calculator. I just picked 2 easy examples. Usually you have numbers here in front of it or behind it, and then you need to do balance method first. But now it's just easy examples. We already learned this with a little 2. So when the exponent was 2, then you do the square root, because something squared, so 2, the opposite is doing square root. Now, when there's a little 3 here, you don't say square root, but you say cube root. So we have square root. That's not this chapter, but you already remember. And you have cube root. Well, this is something that we are going to use. A cube root is always with a little 3, and this was with a little 2. Now, there's a little 7 here. It doesn't have a name, so we'll just call it 7th root. So I will call it the 7th root. I'll write it down. X is the 7th root of 128. And do I also need to do or X is minus 7th root of 128? No, because this exponent is odd. So there's only one solution. Now I can fill this in my calculator. First you press 7. Okay, so here's 7. And then we're going to use not this root, but this root where there's an X. So first the blue button and then that button. And then you saw that changing. So it was first it was a big 7, now a small 7, like this. And then I can type 128, enter, and it's 2. Okay, so X is 2. Now this one. I guess you already know. So it's the 6th root of 64. So I'm going to fill it in. You need this step, by the way. If you type it into your calculator and you miss this step, you miss 1 point. So first I press 6, then this button. You saw it changing into a small 6 and then 64. Also 2. And of course, this was an even number. So you have to say or X is minus 2. Don't forget that. Always check whenever you're done with an exercise like this, if it's an odd number or even number, and check how many solutions you have. Here's the first example. First need to do the balance method. So minus 12 on both sides, so that's minus 6. Then divided by 3. So I guess that's minus 2. And now I can do the 5th root. This is an odd number, so I only have one solution. X is the 5th root of minus 2. Let me see what it is. 5 minus 2. Okay, well, it's a really long number with a lot of decimal numbers. So it's an approximation. Let's just round it off to 2 decimal places. What I usually do, I go back to my exercise, read the exercise. If it says give an exact answer, I leave it like this. If it says give an approximation, I do this. The waves, and then I write down minus 1.15. And the last example, first balance method, minus 100 here, minus 100 there. Then divide by minus 4. be minus 25. I can already see that this is an even number, so I know I have two solutions. So C is the fourth root of minus 25, or C is minus the fourth root of minus 25. Okay, let's check it out. 4 minus 25. Hey, error. Okay, do you know why? Why is it error? Why can't you do something times something times something times something and then it is minus 25? Because when this is an even number, the exponent is even, you will always have a positive result. Because minus times minus will be positive. Minus times minus times minus times minus will be positive. And if it's positive, of course it will be positive. So this is not possible. So what do you say? No solutions. Do you know what's going on here? This is the power formula, and it's an even number, so it looks like this. Oh, this is an odd number, so it looks like this. And this is a horizontal line. You know what? The horizontal line is not here. It is all the way here. And that's why you don't have any solutions. Okay, so this is also a possibility. Hey, this was a video about paragraph 4, power equations. I hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye.